So, dear my people, you know what it is, Don Tony Teflon. I'm back at you. Another one. Phil the Issues guy is running a little late. He'll be here. This is the Usual Suspects podcast, and we are representing Dexter Resurrection, Season 1, Episode 9, the penultimate episode of Dexter Resurrection. And rocking with us is our special guest, the one, the only, Media Melanie. What is going on?
Whew. Well, I'll tell you, it's really hot here in San Diego, Tony, but you know what was really hot this week? This episode. I mean, it blew me away. This is my favorite episode of the entire season. I cannot wait for the finale.
Do you think that it is the best episode of all time in Dexter history? It's a large library, right? And I made the argument that this very well could be the greatest episode I've ever seen. And the reason why I say that is that, yes, Rita's death to me is more shocking than anything. One of the most shocking moments on television history to me. But when you go top to bottom, from beginning to end of episode, the build-up, how tense it was, the way everything played out, everything about it, when I go top to bottom, I think, and the way it built to the ultimate climax that we got to, I think out of all the episodes, I haven't seen one that they have maybe one individual moment better, but not a building crescendo as it did this one episode. That's my argument for it.
I mean, I might be with you, at least top 3, if nothing else, but I was just on the edge of my seat. I did not know how this was going to end. The way that he just cut those ties of Angel off the table, the way he was talking to Charlie, just like so creepy. Everything about it. Angel strangling him. I didn't know how it was going to end. And then for Leon to just shoot him like that entire scene just was like chef's kiss for me.
Uma Thurman eating bacon. What more can you ask for in an episode? But before we do, because Phil's in the background, we'll stall a little bit for him to get in here. Let's say what up to the people who are rocking with us, all 90 of you right off the bat. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy and your girl up in this piece. And someone please put Media Melanie's channel in the chat, so everyone go over there and subscribe. Let's say what up to the one and only Jackie C is in the building. Spicy Dome is up in here. Bill Tron is rocking with us. Chris Wilson is in here rocking with us. Raven M is in the building rocking with us. Gardening Gal is up in this piece rocking with us right now. Did I say Jackie C? I did. Jackie C is in the Mando is in the building rocking with a streamer. Edgar is in here. Amy is in. All right, I want. Let me say this before I go any further. We know that there are leaks out there, and some people want to come ruin shit. So all you mods in there, and I hope you have. There's a lot of y'all out there. I'm gonna go check and make sure. But I've given y'all the power. You gotta whack these two. You know what Don does. I need them whacked. If anyone puts anything suspect in the chat, whack them. Whack them.
Gone.
Yeah, that's it. They gotta go. All right. Let's don't play around with them. Do not play around. Get them out of here. Straight up. Period. End the story. All right.
Bye.
We are just here to have a good time. You don't see no Russian leaks or anything else like that. All right. So just do that. And I may have to add a couple more mods because I'm looking right now, and all I'm seeing right now is Jackie C as a mod, and it's maybe too much work for Jackie C. So I'm gonna add some more mods. Phil, what is going on?
Not too much. And I actually did get spoiled with somebody that texted me, so screw you. And so I ended up watching the episode, so I'll keep an eye out for spoilers too. I'll keep my mouth shut on predictions. And if I see anyone in the chat putting anything suspect, I will destroy it. Privyet. But listen to what you guys were talking about going into coming out of this episode. Oh, whoa, whoops. Hey. I had to wear my shades on this episode because it was that awesome. I mean, what I was saying all season, and this kind of actually became true in this episode, was Batista was reminding me a lot of Hank Schrader from Breaking Bad. And this was kind of a Ozymandias kind of episode where a lot of things led to what happened to Batista, even down to the way Batista said, "Fuck you, Dexter Morgan. I'm Hank Schrader. Go fuck yourself." It kind of rang true a little bit of that energy. And I think some of the energy that I feel for this, the excitement I feel for this, is is the inspiration. I'm not going to say it was like copying or anything. It just felt like it had that kind of energy, that kind of stakes. And this is only season 1 of Dexter Resurrection. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes from here. But this episode was definitely one of the best. I'm Mr. Hyperbolic. So right now, yeah, it is my favorite episode of Dexter I've seen. I'm generally liking Resurrection better than I like the original series. All as crazy as that is to say. But this episode alone definitely was the best one of the season and gave me that kind of Breaking Bad feel. I don't know if anyone else got that a little bit, but it gave me a sort of Breaking Bad vibe.
I picked up on that too. Totally. Everything about that last scene was just so good. The last words, "Fuck you, Dexter Morgan." I lived for that. Yeah. For a minute though, I thought maybe Angel was going to help Dexter and they take down Leon and Charlie together. And I wouldn't have minded seeing that, but Batista he's his own worst enemy. You know what I mean? He got because he just couldn't let it go. Dog with a bone, right?
Now, TNX Jesus, I'm not comparing this, for whatever it's worth, to the quality of this versus quality of Breaking Bad in the sense of that series versus this series. What I'm saying is this had the kind of feel that you had in Ozymandias, something I thought was going to happen eventually, but not this soon. And I like how they did it. I like how they brought up the intensity of this episode, and Batista got himself in a no-win situation similar to Hank. I more mean Batista is sort of comparative to what happened to Hank, not necessarily comparing this to Breaking Bad. So I'm not going too far, I think, TNX. I'm not dancing. I'm not putting it in that category quite yet, but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, listen, we thought that something was going to happen to him, but I really thought that we're going to make it to the next season. We're going to see him next season, after next season, then gets a little bit closer. He didn't even get his hands on the Watts situation. Like, it ain't even coming to play. Like, I thought at least he would get that. We didn't even
at least.
That. You know, so it was very shocking. And I 100% like the way it was because, listen, this man's on the table. With tape on his mouth, laid up on the same one that the ice truck killer was on that damn table. And while he was on this table and everything, and he gets free, you would think, and then Dexter says, maybe we could work together. And I knew a whole lot of fans. I've seen fans like, oh, Batista and Dexter, they could work together, blah, blah. And he said those exact words, Dexter, before he freed him. And he just reached up and grabbed his.
That was freaking hilarious. That was one of the funniest parts of the episode when he just went down and started destroying him. The other thing I have to mention about this episode that was really awesome, you got Peter Dinklage in your tank all season. They let him get a couple things throughout the season of like they let him do his little Dinkle things here and there, but they really let the Dinkle play in this episode. This was pure Peter Dinklage showing what he can do as an actor in this episode, showing so much joy and menace, bringing that, and I'm just going to say Tyrion energy, not because of the same character. I just mean because like he was bringing his all. He was engaged, and you got the best episode of Uma of the season too. It was like the movie stars, and I know Peter's not a movie star, but the big stars came to play in this episode. They've been sitting in there like, yeah, we got our episodes coming. And waiting for this episode, and then they came and slapped you off across the face with Dinkle. Like there was Dinkle all over your face in this episode. It was amazing.
Full dink.
You get the full dink. They actually went full dink in this.
Full dink.
They definitely was. And Uma.
Dude, eating that bacon. Oh my god, I never wanted bacon before. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll shut up.
But everything. From the detective Dexter, there's certain things I like about the character Dexter. Number one, first, I like the blood splatter expert Dexter. Like I missed that. Like that's something I've been missing since the series has come back. That him just doing that line of work. Like I liked when he did that. I liked seeing it. I liked seeing the string going this way and that way. And I just liked that whole aspect. That when we lost that, but we did not lose the detective Dexter, the Batman Dexter, and that's where I like to see him snooping around, getting inside the place. And then I didn't think the mom was in the crib. I thought she was in a full-blown hospital. I had no idea she was just up in there, chilling in there and everything else. Listen, it would have been great to see a picture of Dokes in there with her, like she was from. I would love to see it. It would have been great to have a picture, but hey, we didn't get no dokes in. But all that, when she was in there and he had it around her neck and he had the blade on her neck inside there, before I give my comments on that, we'll go to our guest, Melanie. What were you thinking when you seen that scene?
Ooh, gosh, my dog. I absolutely love that. And I think one of my favorite parts of that whole situation was when Charlie came back and Leon's like, oh, that's so awesome. I love your wound. Take your bandage off. Can I see it? And then when he leans in to touch it and just the look on Uma Thurman's face, but them driving in the car, just the demeanor of Dexter and the way he spoke to her and that visual of it, like, cutting her, I lived for that. But it also showed us a more humanistic side to Charlie, and we learned so much from that, more than we've learned about her this entire season. So I think from the perspective of character growth and learning, you know, I mean, I think we suspected that Charlie's mom was definitely her soft spot, and obviously we know Harrison is Dexter's, but it was nice to see her shine, nice to see this moment. And I'm glad they didn't pull a total Sarah Michelle Gellar from Original Sin, because like they had her in that show. I kept waiting all season for just something from her. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, hopefully they're not doing the same thing with Uma Thurman. But no, they finally like delivered. She got some substance and I loved it.
Do you know what was also really cool in that scene? Dexter was still play acting Red. Like he was having fun, like speaking in that Red cadence. And then I can't hear into that. Like he's not doing his voice. He's totally in that moment still like enjoying and inhabiting the character of Red. I thought that was really cool. And that scene really was the aha moment about how much Prater is the one pulling the strings and realizing that Charlie's actually a good person. That was kind of what was cool about the scene, Tony, with him doing the detective work. What he learned in that detective work was Charlie doesn't really fit the code. Like Charlie's actually a good person and it didn't make sense. And he had to figure out why did these two things not make sense? She's a hero and her mother's a hero. Why would she be helping serial killers? And the fact that she was disgusted by them all, I think helped save her life in that moment and might in general, because she's just like, I'm disgusted by all this shit.
Yeah, 100%. And I think I got a lot of people in the comments that say, oh, Charlie was supposed to be this big tough guy and she was crying. No. It wasn't for her life she was really crying. It was her mother. She thought, and in my opinion, when I seen, she was scared that he already killed her mother. And that's what she was crying for. That the line of work that she put herself in order to save her mother might have killed her mother in such a horrific way. And that's where tears were coming from. I think that's what was going through her mind at that particular time. And that's why she was crying.
Yeah, I mean, I think that totally tracks. And again, just the humanistic side of her, I loved it. And the creepiness of Dexter, just everything about it. I was kind of hoping when Dexter went to her house, though, we'd see like more in the pictures. I, rewound a couple times and was like waiting to see, I don't know, a kid. I know people are like, hey, maybe Gigi is Charlie's daughter. And I'm just waiting for there to be a picture of Gigi there. But I mean, I'm glad there's not, because like you've said a million times, like not everybody has to be connected or related in this universe.
Do you know, I know there's not much I could pick apart about this episode, but if you pay a little extra attention to those pictures, they're really bad Photoshops. They're like Uma Thurman in front of like a beach like this. Hi, they're all pretty awful if you take a look at them a little bit too much. But yeah, I thought maybe you could have got more into her, but I do think it was interesting to kind of show what happens when Dexter bumps up against good people. And I kind of want to talk quickly about that scene that Tony, you mentioned this in your review. Great review. If you haven't watched, everyone check out Tony's breakdown of the episode. You were asking like what the point of the blessing scene was, which I almost agree a little bit. Like it was, but I think what it was in a weird way, Dexter has to have real world friends that are like good people. And knowing that what was going to happen to Batista by the end of the episode, we need to like lock down his friendship with Blessing to have him have another civilian friend of sorts. But I do think it was of all the scenes in the episode, it was the one that sort of stuck out a little bit. They needed a reason to have Blessing do something, and they popped him in. But yeah, I was kind of with you on that scene, Tony. It was a little if we're being nitpicky stuff that didn't necessarily have a lot of meaning. But I think what they were trying to do is show that Dexter still needs civilians.
And it could be the downfall of him in the end, right? We have seen from the beginning when he's had conversations with Harry, and we see that, oh, you're starting to care. You're saving people.
Yeah.
You're doing this. And in the end, from the beginning, from the very beginning, what we know of Dexter, whether it's the beginning of the show all the way to both spinoffs, what they have tried to show us is that because he is who he is, he has no emotional weight on things. He can't really love someone correctly. He can't do these things. And I think once it comes full circle and somehow he finally gets that way, that will be his downfall. Because in the end, I think it's this feeling that he doesn't have a love of people and all these things that's actually keeping him safe in the end. And once he starts caring too much, and I think Harrison is bringing that out of him, I think that's going to be his downfall in the end, because it's just, even though he's actually achieved something, it will be the downfall of the Dexter that we know when it's all said and done. At least that's what I think they're trying to get to.
You know, I was a little surprised that Dexter actually opened up to Harrison so much about Leon's whole club and everything. I mean, I respect him for it. And actually, I think that signifies a lot of growth for him, trying to be honest and strengthen his relationship. And Harrison's like, hey, you know, I thought you said no more secrets. But also, he gave him a lot of information. And if he's trying to really keep his killing life and his personal life separate, maybe he didn't need to let him know. But I also think that maybe they are planting a seed where it will come back into play somehow.
The other thing that they're kind of dancing around a little bit with some of the stuff that's reflecting off this, he's very excited to tell anyone that will listen about the Gemini killer and that he killed twins. Like every time he has a chance to mention twins, I killed twins. Like he was so gleeful. I almost feel like he told Harrison that just because he felt like he had to brag to somebody.
Bragging,
that he killed the Gemini killer. He just mentioned him and passed it. You know, the tattoo collector, the Gemini killer.
And Harrison knew. Harrison knew who the Gemini killer was. He didn't know the other one.
Yeah,
but he knew the Gemini. He's a Gemini killer.
What?
Like, the Gemini.
And then Dexter's like twins. He was just so excited to tell him. He was so pumped.
He had the same exact face on him that Peter Dinklage had when he was explaining the Trinity killer. Yep. Did you know he wasn't the killing in threes? Did you know it was four? Like he had that same face.
Or when he was touching Uma's wound and getting off on that, as you were saying earlier, he was like, ooh, he was so excited about it.
Yeah, fingering the gun when Angel was in his office. And, you know, I've got a question for you guys. So this came up in my review comments about when Dexter was offering Harrison protection, right? Because earlier in the episode, we had Gigi and Harrison getting a ride home from Blessing. And they're like, oh, he had everything you need in there. And I imagine the way they looked at each other, they were talking about condoms, right? And then Dexter sends Harrison over to Gigi's house to spend the night. And he's like, oh, you know how, about protection or whatever. He's like, yeah, I know how it works. Some people are saying he didn't give Harrison condoms. He gave him either syringes or a knife or some form of other protection. What do you guys think? Did you pick up on that? Was it a nothing, or did Dexter hand something off to Harrison?
It was condoms. It was what.
See, that's what I thought too. People are like, no, it's a knife. It's the syringes. I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Right before that, she said when they were in the car, yeah, he's got everything in that car, everything you need. And they showed him with the condoms earlier. So you know that's what she was talking about. They were straight talking about condoms. And that's
okay, cool. I just needed somebody to confirm that for me, because I felt like I was really defending myself, thinking that it was simply condoms.
Viltron, you don't know that about Harrison. Come on, Viltron. Yeah, it was likely just condoms.
Let me just get these super chats first. Thank you so much, Kelly Johnson. Batista has been out of character this season, but I like how they tied it all back to the original message that Dexter is cursed to all around him. Again, we've seen that, and you're right, Kelly. He had him say that to Harrison, that even though everyone around him dies, everyone who gets close to him dies and everything, and it's his fault. And once again, as soon as he got close to Dexter, he is another one who dies. That being said, since everybody around him dies and everyone close to him, Harrison is the closest. Are they setting it up? And I ask this to both of you. Melanie, please answer first because you're the guest. Is setting up Harrison's downfall eventually because of something Dexter, being close to Dexter?
I think that would totally track because there's been so much emphasis on their relationship and him being a better dad. And even when they were talking about when Charlie asked for the information and Harrison brings up, oh, back when you abandoned me or whatever, there's a lot of father and son stuff going on. Even Leon saying, I would never get in between a father and a son. And I feel like that line could have been intentional. Like, okay, fuck yeah, he's going to get in between a father and a son at some point. And, maybe Harrison is the collateral damage in that case.
Yeah, I think as long as Dexter has any links to things he actually does have, and I hesitate to say care. I say care in the way that Data from Star Trek, I understand my pattern recognition of other people characters make me friends. Like Dexter has a friendship calculations like that. Like I know I should feel empathy in this moment, so I'm going to simulate the feeling of empathy. I know, Harrison, I don't love you because I can't feel love, but I know I feel different about you than any other person on earth. So I do think as long as he has ties, emotional ties, as Tony were alluding to earlier, having a connection to someone like Blessing is a crutch. Having Harrison is a crutch. And both those things are ways that things can hurt him. And if anything is proven that, Trinity proved that, or even his brother proved that with like dating his sister, like early on in the series, like it's always been that with Dexter. So I think Harrison is definitely, maybe not this season, but just in general has a little danger sign flashing over him in every situation Dexter finds himself in.
And I always thought when he's dealing with the ice truck hill that was a too quick a run. Like they should have kept him alive for at least 2 seasons. Like they should have had him there. Like I think they should have had the whole dating his sister and went into that whole dynamic with that whole thing and them not knowing his brothers and all that. To me, I thought it was bad that they ended that so fast and they got rid of him so fast. It went too far. They could have did the same outcome, but this a season later, I think would have been better if they would have had the ice truck killer still in there and everything else. But thank you, Kelly Johnson, for that one. We have another one here from Hi-Fi Award Tour. Hank is a good comp.
Thank you.
Good guy, capable cop, getting in the deep end with the real sharks and the main character feeling adept and needed to save them. Yeah, I agree. Hank is a good guy. Don't let these people out-talk you. People believe me, fella.
I have my moments.
People believe you in there and everything. All right. Another thing. Do you think that Batista comes back as a ghost?
Oh God, I hope not. Don't even talk like that. Like we've got Carrie. I think we're good on Ghost. Just like in general, I don't think we need that. As much as I'd love to still see him. I mean, I love the character, but I like the way they kind of took him out. I didn't want it to happen, but the way that it happened, I think couldn't have been better and is more believable than if they extended Angel to like 3 seasons. I think they could have had him get out of town and then maybe like crop back up late episode 2 and go into episode 3. But if they were going to do it, I think this was a pretty shocking way to really get us all like, wow,
Yeah, I don't mind having Ghost Harry pop up every once in a while, but I don't want this to turn out like Revenge of the Jedi, Return of the Jedi, with like Force ghosts everywhere. Like Dexter's walking around like Luke Skywalker with a bunch of Force ghosts. Like, hi, Dexter, this is Ghost Deb. So I mean, that could get a little cheesy at some point, but I mean, we'll probably get him in some sort of flashback or something, or some sort of random cameo. And what I want to know is how does we were introduced or reintroduced to Quinn, considering that Quinn did talk to the detectives and all of that, when all this gets out, what happened to Batista, how he's going to react to this, knowing that Dexter's up there and this might drive Quinn into next season.
It's got to get out. It's got to get out. It has to get out. That's the number one thing. We don't know how the body's going to be disposed of or anything else like that.
Prater could just burn it in his 6 feet under.
He could fall off the face of the earth. We don't know how that all is going to play out and everything. So, but it would have to get out because I've seen someone say that all these Miami detectives have died and they should be investigated on and everything, but everything seems legit. I don't see why there would be a investigation. I mean, LaGuardia died and got shot, and from what it looks like, while she was on the job. Dokes died while he got blown up is a very, very believable blow up that he was trying to hide shit and got blown up in there
by a crazy person, by a real legitimate crazy person.
Well, she wasn't even involved in it. It's just that he did it himself.
Yeah.
You know, those accidents happen. He just left the pilot light on too long.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah. Poor Dokes.
Dokes' death. All right, let's rank these deaths real quick on these. So let's go through. Let's try to rank and see where they fit on the scale of deaths. And then we're gonna put a poll in there for y'all and rank, so we can rank the most alarming deaths. So we have Batista, we have Rita, we have Dokes, and we have Deb. If you had to rank them as the, you know, what criteria are we using, Phil, for this?
Okay, shock, emotional effect, the actual visually impact of the death, like what visually was best depicted on screen from a cinematography standpoint and mixed in with sound and just like atmosphere, how it affected Dexter personally could also be if we're talking directly in this show.
You can use all of those things for what you think, and y'all tell me what you think on the death right now. I'm going to put the poll. I have to speak while I get this poll going and stuff. But yeah, so we rank those up. Those would be the most shock. You can't hear me. Those would be the most shocking deaths and everything. So what would y'all think about ranking those deaths?
For me, I mean, Rita was pretty bad, but maybe it's just the recency of it. But Angel really struck me. Deb's whole ending was
all right.
Got me. You good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. I think it's got to be Angel for me. I don't know if it's just the recency of it or whatever, but something just about the relationship that they've had for so long, especially after seeing Original Sin and the thoughts going through Dexter's head. You know, this has been my partner for 20 years and my friend, and just the way that Dexter's inner monologue spoke about Angel in those last moments. Because the Deb, I mean, yeah, I was a sister. I mean, whatever, but Angel just hit me harder. Rita ranks up there. Dokes ranks up there. Angel's number one. I'm going Angel, Rita, Deb, Dokes.
I'm similar list for me, except I'm going back and forth between Rita and Angel. I think Rita, for like visually, that was amazing. It was like really one of the craziest visuals of the entire series early on, and also obviously had such an emotional effect on Dexter and Harrison moving forward. I think from a depiction on television, like watching it, being into it, locked into it in the moment, it's hard not to give it to Batista, because just, and also recency bias is a thing. As I was saying before, I am proudly hyperbolic, and I'm like, this is the greatest thing in the world now. This is the greatest day of my life that this episode happened. So I would say if I'm going for visual depiction on screen and how it was shown, Angel or Dokes. I think the Dokes one, the way it happened, was like underrated because it just was just crazy. Like the whole scene was just like, oh, it reminded me a lot of I keep doing Breaking Bad stuff, like with Walter watching somebody die. It's just like, hey, so what's going on? And then just stop. I'm gonna light a fire, you know, bye. And it was just that dude dealt with the stuff. But I think for me, it would probably just for argument's sake, I kind of agree with everything you said, Melanie. But I'll go with Rita, Angel, Dokes, Deb.
Yeah, I can only put 3 up in there in the chat. I didn't hear exactly what you said, but I will say this: we had 50 likes and over 200 people in here. That's not fair. Let's get those likes up, man. Come on, you can do better than that. Just hit the likes, get more people up in here. Let's go. Let's get that. I would say Rita is number 1 for emotional weight. I think that hits the hardest because she's innocent. Out of anyone in this show, Rita did no wrong. 0. And I really think the show kind of fell off after they killed that character, in all honesty. In my opinion, I don't think it ever regained what it had before she died after it. I don't think it did. I think it really, they lost something when they lost that pure, innocent soul of Rita. Like, it was just a really good counterweight to everything else. Like, Deb's got a filthy mouth and all these other things. She was just so great and everything. And so I just think that for that reason, Reed is number one. I'm going to say number two is hard here, but I'm going to say Dokes. I didn't see Dokes die. I did not think that Dokes would die. I really don't. I didn't think Angel was going to die here either, but I knew eventually he was going to die. But when I didn't see Dokes die, like I couldn't, like even when he died, I was like, did he really die? I mean, I see
that really happen. Yeah, did that just really explode? Did that really happen?
I was like, did he really die? And then I would go Angel, and then I would go Deb after that.
Fair. And Rita did have a lasting impact. I mean, with the whole entire series, right? And Harrison and everything. So, I mean, it's good.
I like how we all varied just a little bit in the list, and we'll see what the chat says right now. We got 61 votes. Keep it in there. Right now, it's kind of an ass kicking in the chat, best death impact, but we'll see by the end where that goes.
Yeah, by impact, I think Rita is just. That broke my heart. I don't think I even wanted to watch the show anymore when she died. Like I was so upset to see her in that fucking tub.
It's a big loss.
I was so upset when I seen that. I was like, what the fuck did you just do to my beautiful Rita? She was just such a sweet woman. And again, you lost that counterbalance. And any other one, speaking about women in Dexter's lives, let's go into this because this has been some contention on my channel. So we'll see if we can break it down here. We've seen that Charlie was interrogating Harrison, and Harrison did a pretty good job of deflecting the questions and giving a little truth and everything.
Pretty good.
He talked about his mother. We would have to assume the fact that we've seen her with the fingerprints and everything, that she's going to do a full investigation. Do you think that she was able to find his mother? And does this prove that his mother is actually dead? His second mother.
That's something that I kind of brought up initially with New Blood. I mean, do we know for a fact that Hannah is even dead? Did they ever show us a newspaper, obituary, anything? Do we believe that? I don't know if we do believe it. I would love to see Yvonne Strahovski come back. I mean, I thought she was a great character. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a chance she could still be alive and they could bring her back. I'm not going to rule it out, right? We didn't see her die on screen, so still a possibility.
Yeah, that's definitely the rule if you don't see someone die on screen. I do think they definitely said that for a reason. I think because Harrison, I took it more as a confirmation of the death. But who knows? Anything's possible in a TV show, especially if they want to bring a character back. If anything's been proven in time, you can bring somebody back in a TV show. You can find a way to do it. You know, we got Ghost Harry for this whole season. We've got Harry's like a main character this season, and it's not changing.
Yeah, I took it as a confirmation of death because I would think that Harrison's smart enough to know at this time that she's going to start tracking stuff, but maybe not because he left the dishes in there and he didn't catch that on until Dexter said, "Did you bring the plates out?" And he's like, "Oh man, I fucked up."
But that's next level, you know, like like knowing the right names to say the last name. So when they check the name, Morgan will be the last name. You know, all that stuff is smart on Harrison's part, Tony. But like the fingerprint, I wouldn't think of that too. And I'm careful. I'm hyper vigilant as shit. I wouldn't think of the fingerprints.
All right.
Let me ask one quick question too. Like, okay, Charlie's this great investigator, right? And she figures out Harrison Morgan. Did she never think to do a reverse Google image search on Dexter's face to figure out that he was Dexter Morgan if she's so good at her job? Once she started thinking something was sus, I don't know. I'm no investigator, but hey, Google image searches, he would have come up, right? She just didn't know. And to Dexter's point, they wouldn't have found records of Harrison because he's kind of been under the radar and whatnot. But I just think she maybe could have found out a little sooner who Dexter actually was.
Yeah.
I think she would have to have the reason to do it. Like, I think, like, she was sus of him. Like, she knew something was wrong, but I don't think she investigated it until she showed up with him with Prater the episode before last, you know. But I think that Gemini thing is what put her over the top, right? Like, that killing of the Gemini killer is what, like, is there something wrong? The guy that kills by twos, now all of a sudden he's attacking this guy. And I think she was sus the whole time. And then when she found out about the son, she did the investigation, she brought Prater there, showed him that, you know what I mean? Then I thought that, but because we see that her level is very good, but not Bay Harbor Butcher, because she said, would it take a month to find this guy, and Dexter found him in a couple of days, right?
Right.
When it came dealing with Red and stuff. So she's good, but she's not Dexter level good. So it would have took her a little bit to figure out this whole thing. And that being said, I would just like to say here, do you guys think, because I'll say for one, I do, before we get all into it, do you think that Prater's Black Book is where the next couple of seasons go?
I think that'd be a very logical setup because it would give us endless targets for Dexter and make it really easy to justify this story going. And we do have to suspend disbelief for a lot of things just in general, the fact that Dexter's even alive in the first place, but having something like that. And I would like to see Uma Thurman come back, and maybe now that she knows what Dexter's all about, them teaming up somehow because she has that information. She could give it to Dexter. And then I'm not saying she would help Dexter take them out, but she'd feel justified because she hates these serial killers. So why not give those files to Dexter, you know?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, especially because it got mentioned. Like they made it a point to say something about like where he said, "Oh, I can, XYZ with you," and so yeah, I do think that will come into play at some point, Tony, for sure.
That's what's up. Now people are saying Spader should only be the young Trinity killer. All right, I don't want to hear anything else about Spader. He should play young John Lithgow. That's it. He's got the same hairline. He's got a similar style voice. I think he'd be more suited to play something like that. Like if they're doing a Trinity Killer spinoff, put that guy in there. But yeah, I do believe that they brought it up for a reason. There has to be a reason. And I think somehow Dexter has to get it. But does that mean that he leaves and Dexter's floating from place to place, searching these people down? Or he can't get them to come to him. He can't pretend to be these guys. How would they make that work where it would be believable for you to say that this is the way it goes down?
Especially because they're establishing him so deeply and, rooting him in New York with his friendship of Blessing, who is, like you said, there to be a normal civilian person in his life. I think it would be strange for Dexter to be floating around. It just doesn't fit the normal formula of what the show has done. I mean, we saw him in Iron Lake. We saw him in Miami. We've never seen him city to city, just kind of hitting the free road. So I don't know if that would necessarily work either. So I don't know.
We did see, we've seen the one Goldilocks get away. So
yes,
could it be he just goes, and we heard Goldilocks. Is his name Goldilocks? Rapunzel, sorry.
Rapunzel, yeah.
We knew who you were talking about.
Same shit.
Did anyone have any doubt who you were talking about, though?
Yeah, the people in the chat will say some shit.
Well,
they love
it. We know what you meant.
They love to get the Don for the splatter instead of the spatter.
Totally. Everyone does, Fewer. Everyone likes to get a little Stannis with you sometimes. Fewer.
They do. They do. But we've seen him say that his thing was, I go to these meetings to do my thing, to keep it away from my family, right? To do that. So we know Dexter's thing is he wants to keep it away from his family. So would this be a way to keep it away from his family? Like, I'm going to go on a trip. And then he goes to Wisconsin, hunts this guy down for 3 episodes, takes him out, and then comes back and deals with it.
Can I make a stupid prediction on how he's going to take out Goldilocks? He's going to set him up exactly like happened in the video. He's going to
jog.
He's going to jog, or he's going to take a bike and fall down or something like that, and then stick him with the needle when he comes to help him or something like that. Like
that has to happen now. Like that has to happen.
Mark my words, and that isn't a spoiler. I'll say it straight up. That's not happening in episode 10, but that's going to happen early next season. He's going to set him up just like he fucks over people in that video. He's going to do the same kind of thing to him. Watch.
Love that. Love that.
He better have some big booty butt cheek pads in. Like I want to see the full. He's got to go full Monty.
Oh, you think he's gonna dress? Yeah, he might go full character.
He's got to dress up like a girl, put a ponytail on with some big booty butt.
We've seen him in a wig before, so
jog past him and stuff, and shake that ass at him, and then let this dude fall down. And then when he says you need some help, and then pull out.
I could just see him turning around with the stab as he's coming down for him. I could just see it.
Hey, now also with the Wisconsin of it all, I think it was in Matt and Jess's one of their videos in the last couple weeks. I think Matt said there was some connection with Lumen and Wisconsin. I don't know. I didn't go back and look it up, but is there for everybody in the chat a connection? And could we possibly see something happen with Lumen if he does go to Wisconsin? And someone else was thrown out there that maybe Al doesn't have a family in the first place, because who the fuck buys themselves a number one dad license plate holder like for themselves, right? I mean, unless he's just that unhinged, which is definitely possible, but maybe he doesn't even have a family, or he killed them and he's just projecting something. I don't know.
They need to bring back Lumen just because of the popularity of Severance. Every time you say Lumen, I think Severance. So they definitely need to bring the character back just because that word's popular.
In my new job that I have an office and stuff, and I'm decking the whole thing out to look like Severance. I got everything ordered. The paint color, I'm painting it. I got the posters for the walls. I got a sign that says Indy and Audi.
You got to take pictures.
It's going down.
So good.
It's all going down. It's gonna be and my tag that I have to wear around my neck. I ordered the Lumen tag to go over top of it. So I have that.
Make sure when you post pictures, you tag Ben Stiller, because he'd probably like to see that shit.
Oh yeah, he loves that.
He loves that kind of shit. He loves that.
I'm gonna have all that go down in there. It's gonna be ill when it's all said and done. And I'm either trying to get the breakers and the cubicles things, but I don't really have any need because it's just me. But I'm just gonna do it just to do it.
Finger traps and shit.
Yeah. Waffle party sign. Got it. So
definitely need a waffle party.
And I got Milcheck sign, employee of the year, with Milcheck's face going around the wall. Right on the wall. Right there and everything. All right, so we have the phone line that people want to call us. You know the number and everything else. We've been on for 40 minutes, so it's time to take calls. If y'all want to call in and everything else, y'all definitely can. I would like to see, I still think that Hannah is dead, but I would like to see one of them come back. I would like to see whether it's Lumen or Hannah. I think one of them needs to come back and to upset his life a little bit. Unless he's going to go cross country. Now, if he does have a connection to Wisconsin, I'm sure people in the chat would know that, and he runs into her there. Either way, I would like to see something go down with them. I think he needs... Dexter always has a love interest in every one we've seen, and we haven't seen it yet, so we shall see what it's going to be.
This is area code. I recognize this number, but this is area code 646. I got to just write down names because I know you've called before. But what's your name, where you're calling from, and what you got?
Yo, what up, Phil? What up, Tony?
How's it going,
Mike? What's the word, y'all? How y'all doing?
How's it going, Mike?
What's going on?
Hey.
What's going on? I feel like last week's episode, like how you said in your video, that was definitely one of the best episodes of Dexter to ever exist. That shit was peak. Shit was phenomenal. I'm a little bit mad that all these spoilers been going all over the internet. Shit pissed me off, but
Yes, sir.
it's all right. We still rocking. Like I ain't watching in Russian. I didn't change my language to watch the spoilers really, but I just wanted to show love, man, and check in with y'all like I always do, man.
Appreciate you 100%. 100% appreciate you for checking in, man.
For sure. I'll see y'all Wednesday, man.
All right, that's what it is.
Thursday. I'll see y'all Thursday.
Yeah, yes, sir. Appreciate that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I agree with the caller. It really, if you don't want to say number one episode of all time, I'm gonna go number one. I'm saying it's the best episode that Dexter ever put out. And y'all in the chat can put what you think the best episode was. I'm saying number one, but there's no way it's under 3.
Oh, no way. Top 3 for sure.
It can't go underneath 3. You know, but number one, obviously, people can have their own thing, but I don't know.
This is area code 386. What's your name, where you calling from, and what you got?
Kyle Butler here from
Kyle.
Florida.
Welcome, dude.
Hey, how do you guys think the last 5 minutes of the show ends? Thanks. Gotta go eat.
All right. The show.
Of the entire does he mean? I'm gonna guess he meant the entire series. Like, yeah. How's the series end?
Okay, I've given my prediction. I think that Dexter gets bagged up, and while he's on his way to court, one of Rita kids come up there and New Jack City him and kill him on the steps, and he dies that way, and then that's the end of it. I think that's how it ends.
I'd prefer that over him spending his life in jail. We got that for the ending of You on Netflix. Spoiler alert.
Yep.
Joel Goldberg ended up in life in prison, kind of broke the fourth wall in that final episode. I'd just rather see Dexter dead because he survived so many times. I think that's the actual only logical way that the series should end. And I love having one of Rita's kids come back and do it. That's the ultimate justice.
Yeah, I feel like Gossip Girl deserved to be in jail. So I don't know. I think the last moments have to mean Dexter lost, I guess, or finally lost in some way. So I think it will be some sort of defeat or acceptance of his end in some way. Area code 570. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what you got?
What's going on? My name's Jay. Just wanted to say that this season of Dexter has been pretty awesome.
Yeah,
man. The only thing that I don't like about it is the soundtrack. I do like how they kind of incorporate the OG Dexter soundtrack, you know what I mean? But I also like how they have a little bit of modern music, but just that OG original Dexter soundtrack, man, there's nothing can replace that.
So you it's just too much actual music. You would rather more of like the classic Dexter sound type stuff. I think sometimes it's really worked, but I get you. It's been noticeable that they're definitely putting like songs in this season more than other seasons. I hear you.
It's nice having like new songs in there, like modern songs and everything.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's distracting. But it's also like I like to turn my brain off and let it just like chill to the Dexter music, like while watching the OG series. You know what I mean?
I hear you what you're saying, but you know the guy's got a band, so you know that they're gonna work that in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wore my Princess Goes shirt for the occasion. I've seen him live.
Nice.
They had one of his needle drops in there from his
appreciate it.
band.
Good talking with you guys.
Always good talking to you too. Call in anytime, my friend.
Yeah, you know, you gotta expect that. And if it was my show and I was still rapping, you best believe they're using my shit in the show.
Dude, on my podcast, I play my awful music every single moment. Any excuse? Can I play something now? I'll play my damn horrible music. I don't care.
The owner of the New York Knicks had a band, right? Billionaire owner of the New York Knicks. And where did he get to play? Madison Square Garden.
Exactly. Area code 703. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what you got?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Antoine.
Hey, Antoine.
Calling from Virginia.
Welcome, dude.
I called before. Yeah, gave me a good bit of conversation. I appreciate that.
No, I appreciate that.
Anytime. We appreciate the calls.
I just wanted to say that truthfully, I wouldn't be mad if Dexter went ahead and let Prater fund him. I would like to see that. I would not be mad at that. I would like to see it. I would like to see him call in other serial killers from around the country and let Dexter do his thing. I'm here for it.
I would have liked to see it too. Listen, in the end, does it get stale? It does, but I think for a few episodes it works. Melanie, what do you think about that?
Well, sorry, what was the question? I had myself.
The question is, would you ever like to see Dexter take Prater's offer? Or you think that would have been a good show?
I actually thought that was the direction it was going to go like episodes ago, thinking this was the whole setup and the whole purpose. They had Leon to deliver all these killers to Dexter. So it didn't really like surprise me, but I think it would, like I said, be a logical way for things to progress from the season to give Dexter more targets. But when he was just like, oh, I'll be your benefactor, and how excited he was about it, and just all of it, I think the fanboying and the Bay Harbor Butcher stuff with Leon, the dink was just full dink with all that. And yeah.
I would like to see Dexter move ahead with that plan, but I know it wouldn't work because he's too private. Yeah, and I don't think that, it would work with him having a partner, somebody just knowing his every move to have that type of leverage over him to put him in jail at any time.
Yeah, it would be a fun, interesting dynamic to see in sort of a weird way. But you're right, Dexter would never probably actually do it because he's such a loner, and he's learned that over time. So he's not going to partner up now, I don't think.
Before I go, I got one more question, real fast. Why does it make sense for one of Rita's kids to come back and hit Dexter? Dexter didn't kill Rita. Did he? I don't remember him killing Rita.
No, but he's responsible for her death.
As Batista said.
Because he didn't take out the Gemini, not the Gemini,
Trinity.
but what was his name again?
Because he got too close to the dude and allowed the dude to get close to his
Yeah. He played with his food.
Trinity killed her to hurt Dexter.
Exactly.
So
because Dexter played with his food, he was trying to learn too much from him instead of just taking him out.
Yeah.
But he didn't. It is his fault. You can lay that at his feet, but he didn't actually physically take her out. I couldn't see her kids being mad at Dexter for that.
Yeah, I can, because if Dexter wasn't in her life, this doesn't happen. And that's the bottom line. And he schemed his way in his life. He beat up the baby daddy and did all that and put that in there. He did everything in that whole situation.
Yeah, I remember that.
So if he wasn't in her life, she's still alive today. That's the bottom line of the whole situation when it's all said and done.
Well, I mean, if that being said, I guess you could put every death on the show at his feet.
Everyone who's close to him.
His sister, LaGuardia, you can put all the deaths at his feet.
Yeah.
And Batista did. Yeah, but Batista did put all those deaths at his feet. He did.
I guess
Batista did those exact
all of them, right?
Yeah, Batista did that already. He did that. Batista said all that. He said all those people are responsible that he died because of him.
I wish Batista would have just went home, man.
Yeah, dude.
I really wish they would have just walked him to the airport and put him on the plane.
Put him on the damn plane.
When they told him you got to leave by tomorrow, I knew that was it. Because whenever they say that on a TV show, you already know it's going to be no tomorrow.
They gave him a shot and he blew it. He fucking blew it.
Yep, and they gave you a shot and you blew it. You blew it.
Yeah, but I mean, when you got to look at where he's at, Batista, right, in his life. He met this kid when he was 19, 20-something years old. All this stuff. His wife, and Batista is a simp, right? So we know he was feeling LaGuardia like that, right? Is gone. Deb is gone. Rita is gone. What else does he have in life? Go home, retire. You're not a cop anymore. He doesn't have anything to live for anymore. He's just like, fuck it.
One thing that didn't make sense to me is how Batista jumped up off the table and grabbed Dexter. These people just abducted you to be killed. If Dexter set you free, we'll work out our problem after we get out of here. Let's get out of here.
He's
first.
never been the smartest detective.
No,
so
dog with a bone.
But that is the emotion.
I didn't get that. Once y'all get outside, then you work it out.
Yeah, but that's the emotion that he had, that he didn't care about any of that. What he cared about was justice for his boy Dokes. He cared about LaGuardia. He cared about Deb. He cared more about that than his own life. And that's what they were trying to show you in that scene. Didn't matter about what they did. He cared more. Only thing that mattered to him was getting some type of justice for those people in his life. His life didn't matter anymore.
Well, one little thing. If that was the case and it was, justice at all costs, why didn't you just kill Dexter? Why go through the bull if you are 100%, you know he's guilty.
I don't want to. I'm gonna give other people a chance. There was no 100%, right? Though he thought it was, and he thought that was the case. He didn't have concrete evidence that was the case until at that point when he heard it come out of his own mouth.
Like that,
and that's what he knew.
100%. He is the Bay Harbor Butcher. That's what he said to that lady numerous times. Dexter is the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Yeah,
if you got convinced to say it to the police.
Yeah, but of course, because you want the cops to investigate. In his heart of hearts, he knows it, but he doesn't have the proof to prove it. But at that time is when he heard it come out of his mouth, is that he knew 100% that was the case.
I think it's another case of playing with your food, like how Rita got left behind. He shouldn't have played with his food. If he knew it was Dexter, he should have acted. Playing with your food, putting your ear pods in the car, trying to play detective.
Yeah, but he's a cop. He's not a murderer. He wanted to bring Dexter to justice.
He retired.
He's still a cop at heart. He wanted to bring Dexter to justice, to face justice.
See, that thing he was cop at heart. That's why him thinking he's a cop at heart is why the real police was sending him home. He should have just handled it himself.
This is the fun debate.
What I'm saying is, in the end, when he found out that Dexter actually did those things, then that's when the cop shit left him and the street shit took over. And that's when he was like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker with my bare hands. Right then, right? So all the way up until then, he was going by the book.
I mean, truthfully, truth be told, he kind of like threw going by the book out the window when he retired. He retired to go after him, and he was doing that on his own.
Yeah, that's cool.
I understand what you're saying about him having the mentality, you know, it's set in, he's been a cop for all those years, and I understand all that. But, you know, when it comes down to it, you know that this man has slipped through I don't know how many allegations and how many traps and this, that, and the other. You know, he knew in his heart of hearts the only way he was going to really get justice is to do it himself. Because that's why he jumped off the table and started choking him.
At that time, he realized that in the situation he's in, he's probably going to die. And before I die, I'm going to take this motherfucker out.
Vigilante justice, as Samuel G said.
Yeah.
Do you have one last word so we can open up the phone lines, my friend? Give us one last point.
I think I would have really liked to see Batista live, and I would like to see, instead of Prada funding him, I would like to see him and Batista and all the old gang that retired get behind Dexter and help him start doing this on like a national level. I mean, he's doing a service. When you think about it, he's taking out serial killers. He got rid of the Gemini. If he had some type of backing, I mean, I know Dexter would never go for it because he, you know, it's all about him and his imaginary.
But we could get like a one-off graphic novel of this shit. This would be kind of fun. Great call as always. We'll talk to you next time, my friend.
Before you turned him up, but before we go, I would say this, and we'll swing it to Media Melanie right after this. Media Melanie. Can I just call you Melanie? Why I keep
Yes,
saying
please. Yeah, no, totally. Mel is good too. Yeah.
People call me Teflon TV, and I don't like it. All right.
Yeah. No, Melanie's good. Mel, whatever. Yeah.
All right.
We're good.
Now, they showed Dexter in the book of the serial killers for a reason. They showed him his trophies in there with John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer, for a reason. As much as we love the character, because he's our serial killer, he's still a bad guy. Do you view him as a bad guy, or do you view him as what he sees himself as, the dark hero?
I have mixed feelings, and I think that actually his character is meant to elicit these mixed feelings in all of us, because on one side, fuck serial killers. We don't want people out there killing people. That sucks. But at the same time, it is a little hypocritical since Dexter's doing it himself. But I don't know. I just don't think he's a bad guy. I kind of see him as doing this vigilante justice as a good thing and kind of doing a service. That said, I don't think killing is great. I'm not like, saying, hey, go out and kill people or whatever. But he is kind of doing a service. He's preventing other people from getting killed. I think what makes him a bad guy is when he does depart from the code and when he starts trying to rationalize and justify things like he was trying to do with Vinny. Now, I don't think he would have killed Vinny in the first place. I think he was going to let him go. But I also think there's circumstances where he's not going to be able to help himself and we can judge him a little bit more harshly. But I like that he's kind of a bad guy vigilante. And for me, that makes him a little bit of a good guy.
Yeah.
All right. Phil, how do you feel?
I mean, we talked about this a little bit last week, and I think it's not a 1-for-1, but when you look at some superheroes or characters that are in universes, Marvel or DC, is the Punisher a good guy? Is the Punisher, or is the Punisher gray in the middle but murders people? I mean, Dexter targets the ones that deserve to die, but he is still. It's like the early seasons of The Sopranos. Tony's a pretty good guy. He's bringing Meadow to college. He's a good guy. He's choking out rats. I mean, I think sometimes when we get to know these characters, and Tony's referred to Dexter, so I'm stealing a term from you here, Tony. He's our good guy. I mean, he's our killer. He's like our bad guy. So it's okay. But I do think he has a code. But I tend to kind of agree with everything Batista said. Like innocent people still died because of him, because of moments where he either relaxed the code or let the wrong people into him. So I think he's dark gray. He wants to do good things. He has a moral code, but I still think he's a murderer.
He doesn't have a moral code. And I know people like to say, but reality is he doesn't.
Tell me why I'm wrong. I want to know why I'm wrong.
I'm not telling you why you're wrong, but I'm saying he doesn't have
No, I want you to, because I don't want to feel like he has a moral code.
He doesn't have a moral code. The number one rule of the code is don't get caught. And that means by any means necessary. So anyone can get it when it comes down to it, when he has to save himself. Mm-hmm. So for the fact that he has that shows that it's not a moral code. What was he going to do with Dokes locked up there? What was he going to do? You going to let him starve to death and just die? Dokes ain't fit the code. Dokes ain't do nothing. And that's what his whole dilemma was when he was leaving him. Like, what am I going to do with this guy? I can't let him go, but I can't kill him because he doesn't fit the code. But in the end, he probably would have let him starve to death, and that would have just been it, because the number one rule is don't get caught. So he has a code when it comes to serial killers and all that, but when it comes to himself and self-preservation, his code is don't get caught. And if anyone's got to go in order for that to happen, he's going to let him call it. If you want to know how to call in, the call-in number is at the bottom of the screen. It's 781-990-8509. Someone else will put it inside of the chat, I am sure. It's the Don Tony Teflon, Phil the Issues guy. We are rocking and blessed to have Media Melanie TV. Her name is Mel. Don't call her Media Melanie, but that's the name of her channel. Please put her channel in the chat once again. Please, everyone, go over there and check her out. She has a lot of great things going on over there, so you definitely want to do it. She's a friend of the channel, so definitely hit her up. Make sure you subscribe to her channel, and we would appreciate it if you did all that stuff.
Tony, we do have a text message. This is from 404. Hey, guys and Melanie. Quick thought. Let's look at it from a different POV. Look at Lundy. He minded his own business, and no one can convince me he didn't know Dexter was a killer. But he didn't pursue it, and he stayed alive. So if they didn't obsess with Dexter, would they still be alive? Dokes legit followed him. He saved Maria from her first death, and Miguel. Deb was unstable. So I guess talking about Batista, like, is it if people follow Dexter and try to stop him end up dead? Is that a pattern? Obvious. I mean, that's an obvious pattern, right?
Sure, seems like it.
Yeah.
100%.
So how can someone bring him down?
He's gonna slip up because of his emotions to Harrison. It's got to be that. Like, it's got. I mean, if they're setting up anything, and we look at what we've seen from the last season, I would say the other season that we've seen. This is the first season, but same show, right? We've seen that it's the emotions towards Harrison that is driving him a different way. And him being so bad and everything else, you know what I mean? It's what him being so distant is what's kept him safe. But once he's caring, I think that caring is going to be.
I'm going to take this call, but I want to ask you guys both this question after this call. If Claudette was created to bring down Dexter, is she the person that's going to bring him down? So area code 813. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what is your business?
Name's Chris, calling from Florida.
Hey, Chris. Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, I just want to say that Batista died of stupidity.
Don't disagree.
I mean, hey, he knew everything. The only thing he didn't know is who Prater was.
It's true. It's true.
That's what got him in trouble. I mean, I don't blame Dexter for everything. I mean, Rita maybe, but still, man, shit can fall out the sky, hit you on the head, cross the street.
Yep, dude.
Listen, wait.
Wait 1 second, caller.
Wait.
That was more the theme of.
One second. One second. No filibuster. You said shit can fall out of the sky, but getting your leg slashed in a tub is way different than getting shit fall out of the sky. I don't think that's a straw man argument to me. I don't think we can compare the two when dealing with Rita here.
Well, Trinity fell out of the sky,
man. He came from the third rock of the sun. That's bad. It's horrible.
Yeah, well, it could have been worse too, whatever.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, I don't blame Dex for Batista, because Batista was, he's beating his head against a wall. he didn't know about Prater and that situation. You know, that's the last thing he thought would have happened. I'm coming here to protect this guy, and I end up on the table.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here?
Who would have thought that, though? I didn't think that was going to happen. I didn't think that was happening.
Well, I knew that if Prater ever found out who Dexter really was, he would be tantalized by it. He would be like his new best friend. You know what I mean?
100%. But to think that he would bag up a guy who presents himself as Miami Metro cop to him because of that, I didn't see that coming whatsoever.
No, that was quite a twist there. Yeah.
He got lucky seeing the Prater thing at the police station too. Like that stroke of luck where he just happened to see the gala ad at the police station.
Oh
like,
yeah, it just happened to be right there.
I mean, you know, we suspend disbelief. It's fine. But I mean, come on. Come on.
Yeah, well, he was in the police station.
Yeah, he was. It was. And they established that the gala was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dex is real lucky too. You know what I mean? He's lucky.
Yeah, Batista mentions that.
He does some magical shit sometimes too, like he's invisible and
blood armor.
Talked about that before.
And yeah.
But no, the show's great. I kind of quit. I didn't watch your pre-show because I didn't want any spoilers, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, we get it.
The one before this one. But yeah, I don't really want any more spoilers because after the twin thing, I was like, You know. Anyway, that's it.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely call back in at the finale.
All right. Did you see that? Did you see the finale?
No.
Nope.
Okay, good.
No comment.
One more thing. Okay, that's who I was asking right there. So he's seen it. Okay.
Привет.
Who told Dexter that if you want to be resurrected, you got to go through hell? Who told him that?
I'm not answering any questions.
Only time I heard him say it was him. I only remember hearing him say it himself. That was it. This himself saying it. I didn't hear
his inner monologue, right? Yeah.
No, he said somebody once told me that if you want to be resurrected, you have to go through hell.
You're correct. I have no idea.
I don't know who it was.
Was that same guy that Dokes found in that book? The fence thing? Remember that something about the other side of the fence? Remember that with Dokes?
I don't know. I'm a Dexter fan, but I'm not as skilled as I was in Game of Thrones or in
It's like never cross the fence unless you're willing to face what's on the other side. Remember that? And then Dokes called him out on it. So where'd you hear that? He said, a friend told me. He said, you don't have any friends. And then he went in his little book and he said, this is from a serial killer. Never jump the fence unless you're willing to face what's on the other side.
People in the chat are saying the Trinity Killer said that.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It was Trinity.
Yeah, because he was religious. He was one of the religious people.
Was it the coma dream? Okay. Is that when it was? Coma dream? Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Oh no, I was talking to my dog. I'm sorry if I said good. I wasn't saying good.
Thanks for the call. We appreciate you.
So sorry. Thanks, sorry about that. I meant to mute my microphone before I said good boy, but I'm pretty sure the caller thought I called him a good boy. I'm not that big of an asshole. I'm an asshole, but I'm not that big of an asshole. We do have another text, quick one. What if over the course of Dexter's Resurrection, if Dexter's able to get the list of that would be interesting. Well, we've talked about that before. Like, is there any situation where you could see Dexter working with Prater?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
not anymore. I thought that maybe the beginning of the season and they'd carry Leon over and they'd work together. But now after Leon locked him in the vault like that, I don't think there's a chance of that anymore.
It's not in the vault. It's he killed Angel. Like, he's not gonna let that go.
No.
Like, he's not listen. We love Dexter. We love him. But if you kill Dexter's friends or family or anything like that or threaten them, I mean, he's willing to kill his own brother for Deb, right? He's not letting it go. It's no way out for Prater in here. There's no way out. If Dexter sees him, gets close to him, he's going to kill him. And that's just the way it's going to go down, you know, and that's going to be it. And I mean, Lila, he killed for Dokes, right? I mean, he took her out basically for what she did, even though she was like, I did it to protect you. He was like, he was a good man, shouldn't have did it, and basically took her out because of what she did to Dokes, right? So you can't do anything like that and not feel the wrath of Dexter. I don't know if he's tied up on the table or anything like that. I don't know if they'll go that far with him. He could have in his contract that he didn't want to be like that. If people have things in the contracts, you know, they do. Chuck Zito, and I spoke to Chuck. I'm not saying I'm friends with Chuck, but I hung out with Chuck Zito probably 3-4 times. And he told me specifically that in his contract in Oz, it was in there that he was not allowed to be involved in a rape scene. Like, that's it. That's the way he has it. It's not happening. I'm not involved. I'm not getting raped. It's not happening. I'm not raping it. It's not happening if you want me in the show.
Yeah, and the guy that played Tony Sirico, the guy who played Paulie Walnuts on The Sopranos, one of the things he had in the contract, he would not be a rat. He's like, I refuse to ever play a rat in any situation. I mean, he did sort of talk shit to the other family, but that's a different story altogether. This is from area code 620. I think more he's going to team up with Charlie and take over. I think Tony was talking a little bit about this earlier,
Yes.
or you guys were talking about this earlier. I think more he's going to team up with Charlie, take over Prater's network, and continue the season the way his own little hit squad. And Harrison and Gigi are going to be on the inside people for the police department to steer away from that. Interesting. So, do you think there's any chance of that?
Too much. But
I think it's too much.
What do you say, Melanie?
I would love to see Charlie slowly come around to Dexter's work, and maybe they do connect in another season. But for me, you know, they bring in all these big stars. They kill off Neil Patrick Harris. They kill off Kristen Ritter. They get rid of the Gemini Killer. They've teased bringing people forward to other seasons, and now Al got away, so I assume, you know, he'll come back into play. But if Leon's not going to be in play, if Dexter takes him out, I want Uma Thurman coming back. I want her to do more. I love her character, and I would love if she was maybe Dexter's security guy or girl. Maybe she's providing security for Dexter so he can do his job better. I don't think that's out of the realm.
Do you know what was interesting in this episode? That we saw Dexter, do we see Bobby Bacala and his other girl in the previews? Did they not sign the other girl for the next season and they're just bringing us Gigi because she's going to be in the future season? Because you know, it seems like his first girl was absent in this episode, and she was in.
Where did she go? Where's Elsa?
Yeah.
She friend zoned him, so I mean,
did she let?
Where'd
Did she let it go? Did she let it go? Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Sorry, area code 315. Welcome to the show. I'm sorry for the let it go. What's your name?
Sorry.
Where are you calling from, and what you got?
Nonfiction. I'm calling from Syracuse.
Oh, hey, nonfiction. Great to talk to you.
Thanks. I just had to say a couple things. One, Tony, you never delivered on your Detective BG's partner is the Ripper. And I don't know if this is true or not, because right now I'm reading all of Asimov Foundation books. But somebody said earlier in the season, he said he used to be a sanitation cop.
I don't know. So I did say that I think that if anyone from this show was likely to be it would be the detective that works with her. I have been wrong, and I could be wrong. But if I had to pick a cast member, it would be him.
Right. No, I don't. So usually I watch episodes over and over and over and over again, but I've been reading all these books. So somebody said, I don't know if it's true because I don't have the time or patience right now, but at the beginning of the season, he made an offhand comment about he used to be a sanitation cop, which would fall into the list of people who would have the manhole cover thingies.
Yeah, I gotta go back and listen and see if he said that. I can't say that he said that.
A manhole.
But what I said from the beginning when I talked about the Ripper, what I said was when you have someone who have such a specific weapon that has to be related to them in a certain way, whether it's a job or something like. They use this weapon because of this, and that's what and I said that they've been showing the manhole covers from the beginning of the jump. So in every Dexter,
I agree with that, and I know I've been a staunch Prater's the Ripper, but now it's looking the other way because if he did say that, I'm like, he's the only cop that's excited to go to this stupid gala. Like, no one else wants to go to this thing.
Yeah, he's pumped.
He might be Prater's BFF.
The Park and Rex joke too kind of got me. Like, Claudette's all serious about looking at these weapons and people who have access, etc. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, Parks and Rec. I love that show."
Yeah,
I
thanks for mentioning that. That was a very odd. Like, I'm not saying that guy's. I don't think that guy's. But like, it was odd. Like, just that he just made that joke. I love that show. But he did get her eventually with the needle in the haystack joke, which was kind of cute. It was cute. It was a cute moment between the two of them where she's like, "I made you."
It was also a misdirect.
Maybe it was. I might be.
Talk about who else has these manhole cover handle hooks.
That's interesting. That's fair.
It was a funny joke though.
It was a funny. It was cute. It was very cute.
I liked it.
Batista said when Dexter's like, I have to let you know I didn't kill anybody. Batista was like, "Fuck you," and I just started cracking up laughing.
Yeah, that and the whole thing with him beating the shit out of him was very hilarious. There was a lot. This season, that's one of the things the highlight about this season. As much as it's interesting and dark and like gripping, it's also hilarious. This might be one of the
Dexter though. That's what makes Dexter Dexter.
Totally, Tony. And they lost that at some point.
You need that. It didn't work in the last season. It didn't convey. It didn't convey.
Not
even
the
beginning of the episode when Angel gets on the train and he's like, "Fuck," and then the mom's like, "Hey, watch your fucking mouth, asshole. There's kids here." I loved that. That was amazing.
That was hilarious, Melody. That really was. That was really
fucking New York. That's why they did that. That's a fucking New Yorker right there.
That was a coming to America moment. Good morning, America. Fuck you, you moment.
Fuck you too.
Fuck you too. Yeah, that's right. Fuck you too.
The early 1900s comment though too by Gigi or Harrison, he's like, "Yeah, my dad used to lock up murderers back in the early 1900s," and that just crushes me because my kids say that to me all the time. Like, you'd think we're talking about the fucking 1800 like wagon days, you know what I mean? Like, love that.
I never heard that before until Harrison. You really 1800s? Fuck you, Harrison, you motherfucker. That hurts my feelings when I heard that shit too.
I loved it.
It hurt my heart too.
Oh.
Okay, I just want to say one last thing because I know everybody is super sketchy about the spoilers, and even though I got crazy spoiled for being early in the chat last week, I didn't say anything else that the person said, but I did say in the comments this week, and everyone got upset. And this is not a spoiler. This is widely known that Brian Moser, whatever his real name is, posted all over his social media in his costume, so it was pretty much expected he would be in an episode this season. Right or wrong? I swear we've talked about it on this show.
The bottom line is he's already dead, so whether he
he would be clearly a Harry type.
No more ghosts.
If you want to come with another Brian Moser ghost, and bring them all. I guess if this is the season, get them all out of the way. Get them all out. Let's
get Egon, the rest of the Ghostbusters. Put them all in there.
Everyone's like, spoiler. I'm like, what? He posted that before the season even dropped. Like, everyone already knew about it. Everyone already talked about it. I would never spoil it for anybody else like it was for me because that was fucking foul.
Yeah, fuck people.
I'm with you on that.
But one thing the person said that was a spoiler, I predicted at the beginning of the season, and Tony told me that no, it wasn't going to happen. I just want to say that, and we'll talk about it next week.
You say for next week?
I can't say, and I won't.
All right. You get to come on here next week and gloat. Then we'll be waiting for your call, and I will give you all the props.
I'm not a gloater. It's really not in me. I've just been drinking tequila. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Well, drink more tequila next week and pretend to gloat. For fuck's sake, come on.
Drink as much tequila as you want.
Come on, amp up the tequila and gloat like a motherfucker. If you're right, come on, do this shit. Anyway,
I'm just talking shit. Anyways,
That's
I
the
love
fun
y'all.
of it.
I'm gonna go back to the comment section so I can, axe people out of there.
Perfect timing because we're just getting another call, but please call back and get as drunk as hell. Okay, so area code 562. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your business? Hello?
Hello?
Did my goofiness scare you off? It might have. 562.
Hello.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Okay.
562. What's up, dude?
Oh yeah, I was just calling in for the show. I had a question.
Please go for it.
Okay. So I just heard that. Let me turn the YouTube video off in the background. I just tuned in kind of late, but I just had the. I'm pretty sure we all had the same thought. Like, I was so psyched. I was hoping Dexter was about to finally kill Batista.
Did you think in that moment like he was actually gonna go down and stab him? Were you surprised that he cut him loose?
Yeah, I actually stood up on my seat like Batista's gone.
Dude, I mean, once you saw him tied up there or even showing up there, I like how they let him beat off a couple of guards before he went down. But you kind of almost knew Batista was gonna. There was some problems though, but I didn't think Dexter was going to actually stab him in that moment. But I didn't think he was going to cut him loose either. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. So it definitely threw me for a loop.
Yeah, I was hoping for like some kind of backstory or he tell Prater like this guy's been chasing me for a long time or just something like. I was just really hoping Batista was going to die so that him, Dexter, and Prater could be best friends, I guess.
Was that your hope was you wanted them having like a tea party and like going out and killing people together with Dexter with his little buddy?
Yeah, because that's the main thing of the show. Dexter never had like somebody he could share his inner self with. He had somebody he could kill in front of. They could talk about it. Like it seemed like but obviously the main problem is the trust, the manipulation, and so I understand.
Yeah. It is a difficult situation, but I mean I can see why you maybe wanted that to happen. I don't think, as people in the chat are kind of saying, Batista doesn't fit the code, so I couldn't believe that Dexter would kill him in front of all of them in that moment. That being said, if you were in if you were in Batista's situation right there, everything you knew about Dexter, you just found out that if he cuts you loose in there, do you work with him for 5 minutes there to get the F out of there before? I don't know why I can't say fuck. Get the fuck out of there and stop this situation, or do you beat the shit out of him when you get the chance? What do you do, Colin?
I'll beat the shit out of him too, because in my eyes, I'm sitting here on this table because of you.
Yeah,
the same way how literally.
Dude, you're probably right. Like in that moment, what do you think about? You get that chance. You only have that one chance. Do you beat the shit out of him, or do you work with him in that moment to get out of there?
I 100% thought they were going to work together, and for me, I think Angel should have realized, okay, he's cutting me free. He's trying. Like maybe we should go a different direction. Granted, all the adrenaline from being tied up and shit over his mouth and whatever. But when they made eye contact and the look on Dexter's face and the inner monologue about I've known him for 20 years, I was hoping they would sort of through eye contact get on the same page a little bit. So if I was Angel, you better fucking believe I would have been helping him, because he got himself killed doing the opposite. I mean, that was just completely unhinged, but it does show how obsessed he truly was.
How about you, Tony? If you were in that situation and you were Batista in that moment, do you work with Dexter for a moment to get the hell out of there, or do you beat the shit out of him if you have you actually have that opportunity?
He would have had to go. I would have to take that step. Took my wife out and everything else and admitted this. You gotta go. I'm figuring in that situation that I'm not getting out of this no matter what. So there's no way to work together. They got a gun on us. What are we going to do? Hide behind the thing and try to sneak around them both? We ain't getting out of this.
Yeah.
But before I don't get out of this, I'm going to take your ass out.
Yeah.
Last hurrah. Yep.
I'm going to try to choke you quick enough,
Yeah, and honestly, I think how Tony was saying earlier, maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago, as not getting caught is the number one rule of the code. So if something keeps you from not getting caught, I feel like anybody could go. You're a threat in any kind of way, at least in Dexter's line, but he just didn't want to kill his best friend, or at least what was his best friend.
100%.
Absolutely. Awesome call, man. Definitely call back in next week if you're watching.
Yes, sir. You guys have a good week. Be watching in the preview show with you guys for sure.
Oh yeah, on Thursday. Can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Thursday.
I can't wait for that. Talk to you soon, man.
Let me say this
I'll be right back.
real quick about the devil who's among us. This devil who's around. Don't go away, Phil. I'm not talking about you. But you need to be here when I talk about this. I can't talk about it because Phil walked away. And there's a reason why I need to talk about this. Me and Phil going to start another channel and stuff, and it's directly involved about what I was about to do. But Phil had to shimmy away and leave us to get the phone ringing the whole time. But it's all right. But why this goes on, we can take a look really fast at the poll, and where we are logging in at this poll at this time, and I can't see it. Oh, it's the poll is over. This poll is over. I think I don't even know if I can end it. It's not allowing me to end the poll.
196 votes. A lot of votes here too. So it's a fair amount of people judging this.
Yeah.
Data set.
Yeah. So we'll look at that. So what I was saying this, Phil, you can tell that person to hold on 1 second. Hold on.
1 second, caller. We'll get to you in one moment.
But the devil that's amongst us, that's around us at all times. And I say this because of this, Phil. You see this? Let me tell you about this.
Oh my goodness! What the hell is that?
Reese's peanut butter cup combination.
That's dangerous. What are you doing? What are you doing, Tony? What are you bringing into this world?
Why would they make such a thing when people have diets?
We are not sponsored by Reese's
and everything else. Look at this thing.
Not
how do you do that? And have the cream.
Oh my God! That's the Oreo cream on top? What the fuck is going on there?
And the cookie on the inside. Why? Because I have to eat it. And fuck you, people, for making me having to eat it. And it only comes in a king size pack of 4.
Of course it does, because they want you to eat it all, and you're gonna eat all that shit tonight.
I stacked 2 together, Phil, and ate them both at the same time.
Oh, that's fucking
double stuff.
Dude, you get the munchies without ever smoking. Tony's hasn't smoked in 20 years.
Someone who smoked made this shit up.
Yeah, it's true. And they're tapping into that part of your brain that remembers 25 years ago when you used to smoke weed.
If somebody had an Oreo cookie and a goddamn Reese's, stuck it together when they were high and bit it.
Yes, and someone said in the live chat, it's like cinnamon toast crunch and bacon and shit going on. Anyways, sorry about this. Area code 623. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what do you think about Tony's Reese's Pieces Oreo? No, what's your business? What do you got going on about Dexter?
Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Brad. I'm from Arizona.
Hey, Brad. Thanks for holding, man.
I just want to start off by saying that this is probably one of the best seasons of Dexter I've ever seen. I'm absolutely in love and am like clamoring for every episode.
I'm with you.
But yeah, the reason I wanted to call was because I wanted to say I 100% agree with Tony that I think the New York Ripper either has to be Claudette's partner or somebody we haven't seen yet. And the reason I say that is because from like a writing perspective, if it was her partner, that would like hit home the most, right? Like it would hit the hardest.
I agree with that as well. Tony, what do you think?
It's either the partner or someone we haven't seen. It seems to be set up for next season, not for this season.
Yeah, no.
But whether it's the partner or someone else, it's going to be set up, and that's going to be the big bad of next season. What do you think, Melanie?
I agree with that. And I think in a way, the New York Ripper is kind of like the pit girl of Yellow Jackets. They didn't maybe expect us as a fandom to latch onto it so much and make it such a focus of the season. So for that reason, I do lean more towards it being somebody that we haven't met, because I think it would be more interesting, and we could, potentially get this big casting of a big name. I'd love to see Christian Bale, Jeffrey, Dean Morgan, or
William Fincher.
Yeah. No, that'd be awesome. Are you serious? Yeah, that'd be
someone like that. But I do agree that it's what you said, caller. it's probably someone that hasn't been introduced yet. But if it's anyone, oh, Tony, you're making me jealous as fuck. If it's anyone in this cast that we've met already, the only one that makes sense to me from all the theories would be Claudette's partner, just because he's obviously odd. Like they make it a point to show that he's a little off center.
And the perfect amount of screen time too, right? Like not too much, not too little, just that balance. If it has to be somebody,
he did change the subject and sort of bring up, make jokes. So
Parks and Rec
when they were getting close, the Parks and Rec joke when they got close to it. Anyways, what were you saying, caller?
I've also noticed that basically anytime Claudette has like a theory or she's talking, he basically talks her out of whatever she's thinking. Right, like when she was talking about the watch with what's his name, the first Ryan Foster, his watch, when she was talking about that, and she was like talking about it, and he kept saying like, "Oh no, that's speculation." You know what I mean? Like basically talking her out of her own ideas. I thought that was a little sus. And then in the most recent episode, when he was speaking to her, when she was looking at the manhole cover remover tool. He went in like a sort of a low, raspy tone, and it sounded oddly similar to the phone call that we heard when she was doing the presentation at the college.
Yeah.
That's just, speculation though.
No, yeah, exactly. I probably think Tony's been saying this, and I agree. Like, it's probably going to be a big actor that they cast for next season. We haven't seen him yet. But we've all been naming the actors as Melly's Jeffrey D. Morgan. It's a good pick. I'm high on William Fincher from Prison Break. He's been a bunch of other stuff too. I love to see him, and he's an underused actor.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yeah, he would be a great get. And I think he would fit into this universe really well as someone to compete with Dexter and be like one step ahead of him, like he was on Prison Break with Michael Scofield. I think he could play that kind of character really well that can like get one over on Dexter. And that's what I think we need into the next season. Isn't necessarily, I think whatever Dexter's next challenge is, the second season of these three should put Dexter up against the wall. And I think the Ripper should be someone that can challenge him mentally. And that's not something we've seen since Trinity Killer.
So, and another thing, I'm wondering, because when Prater was taking Dexter through in episode 4, when he was taking him through the trophy room, he basically shows off the Ripper's trophy, and then, or his kill tool, and then he says, "Never been caught." And it's like, yeah, none of them have been caught. Unless you consider being caught by you, Prater. But technically none of them have been caught, right? But yeah, so that's just, and then one other thing before I go, I'll give you guys your time back. I 100% called it on Prater being like insanely excited that Dexter was actually the Bay Harbor Butcher.
He almost orgasmed in his pants. He might have came in his pants.
Yeah. And so originally when I first started watching, I was like, okay, when he reveals himself as the Bay Harbor Butcher to Prater, Prater's going to offer to be his benefactor, like fund him essentially. I just didn't see it going down with Angel's life being the ticket, R.I.P. Angel Batista. But I never saw that coming. So this absolutely fantastic writing this season. I think that they've knocked it out of the park 100% through and through.
Love it. Absolutely agree. And great call. Please call in next week, my friend. Talk to you next time.
We'd love to hear. Listen, Chris Wilson is asking a question.
Oh yeah, I keep seeing that question. What do you think? Look on the page. No, make him look. Make him look. Click on
the House of the Dragon. Chris Wilson, I'm not going to go get into it at all, but I will say this about this. I am the first person on all of YouTube, along with James Johnson and the rest of the small council, to ever do a live stream about Game of Thrones. Period. We are the first who ever did it. No one did it before us. You can check the dates. So all these Game of Thrones YouTubers who live stream it now, you can go back and check. You will see that we were the first ones who ever did it. Now they all do it. They should pay the dime for doing it. But we are the ones who started that whole trend. I'm the one who did. So yes, obviously, I cover House of the Dragon. I'll be covering it again this season. I'll be covering Dunk and Egg. I made my bones in that fandom when starting this.
Usual suspects. We got Bridge 4 on our team, and he's like,
yeah, we got the mighty Bridge 4, the most popular YouTuber.
Isn't he the most popular Game of Thrones YouTuber of all time?
I mean, between him and Shift Alt X,
It's Bridge 4 and Shift Alt X. That's it. Area code 347. What's going on? Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what you got?
Hey, Phil. Hey, Tony. What's good from Brooklyn?
What's good? We got Melanie rocking with us today. Can we get a shout out for our girl Melanie?
Sure, Melanie.
Oh, thanks.
What's going on?
Dexter. That's all that's going on right now.
I hear you. So I have 2 questions for you guys. By the way, the episode was fire. Did not see that coming.
Great shit. Great.
So good.
So do you think that Quinn and Msuka are going to get involved now? And also, do you think Dexter might end up working with Claudette as a blood spatter analyst to help her find the New York Ripper?
Yes, and maybe.
Same.
Melanie.
Yep, I'm a yes, and maybe. I think it would be really interesting to allow Dexter to get back into law enforcement, although I think it's another one of those things we'd have to really suspend disbelief for, because, I mean, the man, he can do it all, right? He can get resurrected. He can just, get his job back. But I think they're almost setting it up that way, and he established some credibility during Claudette's lecture. So for me, I mean, it's possible. I would love to see Harrison actually pursue law enforcement as well and have it be a father-son thing, but in a way, I also lean more towards Harrison maybe doing an internship and as sort of a callback to how Dexter started out in law enforcement.
Yeah, I could definitely see something like that.
That makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah, that sounds.
That tracks. That definitely tracks. But so, what do you think about the Miami part of all this? Because you saw how Quinn was like, "What?"
They wouldn't have had Quinn on if they're not going to bring him back.
Why he went?
Exactly,
But
Melanie.
now they know. Because he had like this quizzical look on his face at first, and then he got serious, like, they help a butcher. What the hell is he doing with that? So I'm wondering if like Quinn and Msuka are gonna come back and try to finish what Angel started.
I think they're coming back. I don't think they would have had Quinn if they weren't. And in a way, I think that the more Quinn thinks about it and sits with it, and especially if Angel's death actually gets out there and it's not just kind of buried and they play it off like, oh, he just went out of town, never to be seen again. I'm curious to see Quinn coming up fast and looking in Angel's hotel room and his murder board up on the wall and where his phone recording is going to go. And even though it does make him look obsessed, I think the more Quinn starts to think about it, he's like, hey, wait a minute, maybe Angel actually was onto something. And if he finds out Angel's dead, then I think all bets are on, and you better believe Quinn and Msuka are coming.
Quinn seen Dexter kill somebody. He watched it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And as Barry Morton says, I do think someone's going to hear these recordings that Angel made, and I think Quinn's the guy that's going to listen to them at some point in time. For sure.
That'll make for definite interesting.
It's going to be fun because they need to keep some line to Miami open at some point in time throughout the whole series, because I think Tony said this before, and correct me if I'm wrong, I do think when Dexter goes down, it has to be something from Miami that ultimately takes him down.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's Msuka. It's not going to be Quinn. I promise you. In the end, he's a blood spatter expert. He's going to get in by some type of blood, and Msuka is going to be the one to bust him for it. And that's going to be the nail in his coffin that he is who he is. That's the only way it really works. And to me, if all these people die and Quinn is the one who brings them down out of everybody, that don't work for me. That don't work for me. That don't work for me.
And him and Quinn have bad blood anyway from back in the day. So, Quinn always, thought he was a bit sus. And like you said, Quinn caught him doing what he does. So,
yep, absolutely. And I think when he hears that, it's going to be very interesting moving forward in these next couple of seasons. 347. What's your name? 347. Kim, thank you for always calling in. Hope you call back in next time too for our final two streams. Please do. Always great call.
And thank you guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
you, Kim.
Kim.
Tony, we got a special text from our good friend Cece that says, "Hello, besties. Thank you for the awesome content. Love our community. Awesome. Absolutely love Dexter owning his dark passenger out loud. I was wondering if Lila was ever going to come into the conversation regarding Dokes. I guess that ship has sailed and Angel was not there to say goodbye. Love you guys, Cece. Fuck yeah. Duncan Egg. Can't wait to be on. I added the can't wait to be on because definitely will be on.
Yeah,
CC.
she'll be on every week for Dunkin' Egg. She's our Dunkin' Egg expert, so we have to have Cece on.
And Cece, you're gonna help us get Bridge.
Yeah, Bridge coming back.
Bridge better be here for Duncan.
Yeah, I'll go to Jersey, and if I have to.
I know you're listening, Bridge, on like 10,000
Yeah,
speed. He listens on like 9 times speed and shit like that.
He's listening. You know, I will come down to.
We love you, Bridge.
Bridge.
Come back to us.
And
Bridge.
I'll be sitting next to you on every live stream. All right, and so that's what it's gonna be. So he'll definitely be back.
You're not getting away from Duncan Egg and get. But
and the people wondering who Cece is, she is Miss Duncan the Tall in the chat. If you see her in the chat, she's Miss Duncan the Tall. So obviously she is the number one expert on Duncan Egg. Expert, 100%.
Hey, we got a sporting chance, Miss Duncan the Tall. Once Duncan Egg gets announced, we can get Bridge back. I think that's the only thing that will get him back.
100%. Oh, what else do we need? We're gonna stay on for about 20 more minutes. 2 hours is the max and everything. Even though it's Labor Day tomorrow, happy Labor Day, everybody. But people want to wake up and do things with their family. Melanie has a family. She want to wake up and do some things, hang out with the kids and dogs and everything. So we can't keep on that. So we got 20 more minutes. We'll keep it coming. You can keep calling and everything else. When we look back on this season, now I would say, obviously, we always start with you, Melanie. You've seen the ending of the original Dexter. Then we went into the New Blood.
Ugh.
And then we got here. Did you think that they could do this did this exceed expectations or not from what you've seen? Did you think it would be like this when you heard about the casting and everything else? Did you actually think it'd be put together this well?
Never in my wildest dreams did I expect it to be this good. My expectations were low, especially after New Blood. I actually did enjoy Original Sin. It took me kind of a while to get into it, and I'm still a little surprised it was canceled. But this has been one of the best spinoffs. I'm not saying it's like the Better Call Saul to Breaking Bad, but it's one of the best ones I think that definitely has been done in the Dexterverse. But just in general, the way that they're able to bring this back to life and make us all so excited about the Ripper and Angel and the big stars. They just put together such a strong season of television, and it far exceeded my expectations, like 100%.
Yeah, it's really fucking awesome. And I'm also surprised about the Original Sin thing. I really liked Original Sin. I think this is an interesting bridge, it's an interesting bridge between New Blood and Resurrection, because I think Original Sin really brought back the comedy, because it was almost like they rediscovered the comedy and then they took what they were doing in Original Sin and combined it with the New Blood vibe and created what's going on in Resurrection, which creates this hybrid, which is more similar to the original feel of the early Dexter, kind of has that dark comedy edge to it. But Original Sin was really funny and really engaging. I think that's one of the things that sort of made it engaging. And I don't know if they canceled it to put more attention to this series. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
That's stupid.
I think it's stupid too, Tony. I really do. But that's the only thing that makes sense because it was good.
They're going to get more viewers because of this series, right? So the show's a hit. This show is a bona fide hit. People are going to be interested when the show goes off the air. I can't wait till next season. What am I going to do? Well, we have Dexter Original Sin. Oh, really? Let me check it out. This is how it works, right? That's the way it would go. And that's what it would have happened if they would have gave the show a chance. Again, I liken this to HBO with Rome. When Rome season 1 came out, I understand it was it was the biggest show on television at the time when it came out. It was a masterpiece. And I still will say Rome season 1 is the greatest one season in television history.
It's definitely up there, Tony. It's definitely up there.
History, right? But they seen the cost and didn't understand how much it was making, and they canceled it after season 1 before they got the DVD sales. And when they got the DVD sale numbers, they were like, holy shit, we made so much money on these DVDs. They would have kept it, but it was already canceled and it was done deal.
Tony,
And
while we're waiting for this caller to call back, I want to make sure I have a chance. No, I'll talk about this at the end. Make sure when I talk about the final things, I'll talk about the end. I'm suggesting you to cover a show because I'm curious about it. But
Okay.
let's get a few seconds of KP here. KP, welcome to the show. You got a few moments here. KP, welcome. Good evening, my friend. Good night or good night. Good night, KP. KP. Okay, we lost KP. Call right back in. We have a bad connection. I'm not doing that to you, KP.
Listen. I've seen people say they said Lovecraft Country, amazing first season too. I love Lovecraft Country.
Lost was a really damn good first season. The first season of Lost is really
so
awesome.
good.
There's
Yellow
nothing.
Jacket season 1, amazing.
Like everything. Yeah, I'm not saying Lost was bad after season 1, but
We
that
can
first.
do it. We will bring Melanie. I'm sorry. We'll bring Melanie on back, and we'll do it.
You can
One
call her
season
media.
first.
I mean, you can abbreviate.
Call me
it
whatever
if
the fuck you want. It's fine.
Yeah,
She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. I just look down and then I see, and I just say,
That's fine. It's fine.
We'll bring Melanie back on, and we will have we'll do a tier list of seasons, first seasons, and we'll go through them all, and we'll see if she's willing.
I'm down. We should multi simulcast that on all three. That would be a fun
we
one.
can do it on all three of our channels.
Area code 225. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what you got?
Hi, y'all. Well, this is Janine again.
Hey,
I'm
Janine.
from calling from Pennsylvania, and first, I wanted to share with y'all how much anxiety I had watching this episode, and I'm sure a lot of people did too.
Same.
But
Same.
I knew y'all as soon as he went to Prater. As soon as he went to that mansion, I knew things were gonna go really bad. Really badly. I knew it was gonna go wrong. I knew something was gonna happen to him because Prater is not a good guy, and I knew something was gonna go terribly wrong, and I was right. And I didn't think that Dexter was going to kill Batista. I wasn't one of those people, so I was not surprised that he let him go. But it really broke my heart to see how it all ended because Dexter was like, we were partners once. Maybe we could be partners again. And I was like, and now it really hurt me. It really hurt me.
Same. I wanted him to listen to him in that moment, caller, right? Like please. I was like, oh, just do it.
It hurts because it's like, you know that Dexter wants that, but that's not gonna happen, Dexter. I mean, it's like he is mad. He is pissed at you, and you wronged him. You've hurt people. I mean, but in his mind, he's like, I cannot kill Angel. I'd rather him just kill me on this floor right now. But I cannot do that to him.
That's an awesome point that we didn't really talk about. Like, and Melanie. Melanie, I was just gonna call you media, Emma. That Dexter was willing to die in that moment, like let Batista choke him out in that moment. Like it seemed like it, right?
It did. For me, that was so powerful too. I mean, the way the thoughts running through his head, all of it. I just think that last 5 minutes of the episode was just incredible. Everything about it.
And that's an interesting. Dexter was willing to die for Batista in that moment. He was willing to let him choke him out.
He was. Yeah. I'm sorry. I actually went. I just want to share this with y'all so y'all can continue talking about it. But
please,
I went back and I saw the scene with Deborah and Luarta, and how he told her, do what you have to do. Do what you got to do. If you need to shoot me, go ahead. I mean, obviously she didn't shoot Dexter, but he's willing to die. I mean, if it means like someone that he cares about needs to take him out, he will do it.
Yeah.
Just like with Harrison. I mean, it was a stupid thing, but he told Harrison, okay, you need to kill me, go ahead. Angel wasn't even fighting back. It's like, yes, Dexter can be a so-called monster, but in the end, he's willing to die if somebody who's good wants to finish him off. Like,
I mean,
he's willing to do it.
I guess that's a fair point, a good argument for what our earlier discussion about what Dexter is. Is he an anti-hero? Is he a good guy? Is he a villain of some sort?
Don't give him the good. We can't go.
No, he's the Punisher, but he's a different. He's somewhere between the Batman and the Punisher a little bit, I guess.
He's evil Batman.
Evil
Batman. Someone
Punisher.
in here said
Punisher, right?
Someone in here said us ladies like it, like when the bad guys are attractive and hot, and I do kind of agree. And I think for people of my age, if you were like a Dylan, then you're probably on the same page with me for Dexter.
And Taylor Schwartz in the live chat, favorite Batista line. I think you meant line. I feel like his last line, one of his last lines was his best line. Dexter Morgan, go fuck yourself.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah, that was maybe his best. Like, he had a lot of great lines in the series. That might have been his best line.
Because they tried to give him the Dokes line in Spanish. It didn't hit it as well. It didn't hit as well as that. But being fair, nothing.
Caller, have a good night. Call back next time.
Nothing hit hard like Dokes' line. Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's the greatest line in the series.
That's one of the great lines in TV history.
Absolutely. We got KP back. KP, what's going on, my friend? KP, we're having phone issues with you tonight. We can't hear you right now, but we love you, man. If you can hear us, we can't hear you. I swear I'm not doing this. I'm not going to play Jeopardy music or any shit like that. But KP's having some phone issues right now. It's Bill Trum, but when Batista, this is a text, hopped up and started choking Dexter, part of me thought he was going to die from a heart attack or an aneurysm. You guys see how red his face got?
You know what was the saddest part about it? With the
KP one last time. Keep going, Tony.
Are you hearing me a bit?
Yeah, 1 second, Tony. I mean, 1 second, KP. Go for it. I can hear you.
Great.
After he died, and they showed the hat making at the end of the episode.
Yeah, that was great. That was so
I
great.
love that.
1 second, KP.
It was just like, come on, man. Like, why are you doing this to me?
Pulling at the heartstrings so hard.
It really was. Sorry, KP. What's going on, my friend?
Not much. I just want to call and say hello to everybody. You know, I'm glad to see Melanie on the panel tonight. Phil, Tony, you know, you guys will be the stalwarts of this our little book club we have here. And I would just, my most enjoyable scene was that scene where we saw the look of Peter Dinklage after shooting Batista, and he looked like a kid in a candy shop. Yo, that guy is evil. That man is an evil man, and I think we're going to get more than one season of him. I hope we do. But anyways, that's all I have to say. So you guys have a good night.
KP,
TV, and we'll be back here again for.
Wait, KP, before you go. I know I can't believe I'm not rushing you off, but you at the beginning of this season, you weren't a Dexter fan. Are you feeling this season now?
I love it. I was not a fan of. I like the first Dexter, the original series. Was not a fan of any of the other ones in the middle, but I love this Resurrection one. I just thought the ones in the middle was full of fluff. I just thought it was fluff. It was just like stuff. It was as though ChatGPT wrote it. It seems so just. But this particular sequel series, I think, especially how like visceral it is in terms of like you can really feel the people getting stabbed. You can really feel the people. The only scene that I thought was kind of weird, and I don't think, which is why I know Prater's a bad guy, is I didn't believe the scene where he killed the other Gemini and pretended as though the other Gemini attacked him and he killed him by accident. I didn't believe that at all, but I don't think we were meant to believe it. I think we were meant to kind of realize that, this is a silly trick that he's playing on these people. But I really do enjoy.
Nice. That's why I'm glad you're drinking the Kool-Aid, KP. Always awesome to talk to you. We'll talk to you next time, my friend. Take care.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
I'm glad. Remember KP hating at the beginning of the season?
He was. Yeah. And listen, every time I put KP on, every show has been good. The only show I would say I put him on to that I would say that wasn't as good was Invasion on Apple. because it was so slow. Invasion is a good show. Like, I'm watching season 3 now. It just started. I'm not going to cover it on the channel, but it's a good show. But damn, they drag it.
Tony, speaking of this, as we're getting towards the end, the next show, I'm not sure if you're going to cover this show, or have heard of it, but starting on September 7th is a show releasing on HBO Max, made by the same creators of Mayor of Easttown, called Task. I don't know if you've at all investigated this show.
I've seen it. That's Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll give it a shot because of Mayor, because we love Mayor so much.
Right. I heard it's the Mayor creative team.
We love Mayor so much. Mayor was such a great show for us. It did really good numbers for us and everything. And we got an amazing fan base. I really wish they would do a Mayor.
I was curious if you were going to look into this series.
And murder my darder.
These are the kind of series that you figure this shit out. Like I like you on these murders.
Give me 2 episodes and I'll have it. So yeah, we'll definitely cover Chaz. We'll give it a rock. We're gonna give Tulsa King a rock because I just like it.
Oh, we're definitely talking fucking Tulsa King.
Yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt. All right,
we're going to be talking about Pluribus on my channel, and Tony over
Pluribus here. will be covered. We'll definitely be doing that and everything, which is just a crazy name. Just a crazy name and everything. But hey, we're going to see why it's called that and everything else. And we're going to find out if the maker of this has a foot fetish. Because if I see Rhea Seahorn's naked feet again, then there's no way this guy.
Wait, are we talking about House of the Dragon again? Are we talking about?
I think
Loris?
He's a
Are we
club.
Talking about Loris Tyrell?
Yes,
no,
that means the creator is a club foot.
Loris Hightower.
Yeah. If he has her barefoot again as much as he did, there's no excuse.
He's got a Tarantino thing. It's pushing Tarantino.
Yeah. There's no way around it.
We got one last text. Sorry, last one. Did you guys notice every episode Batista was wearing a red hat? In his last episode, it was a black hat for his end. Ooh, I did not know.
I did not notice that. I did not do that. I did not notice that at all.
I did not know that.
But let me thank everybody for coming out here, chilling with us and everything else. We have entered all the super chats into the poll for the final pregame show, when we will announce the winner of the blood slides when we do that live on everything else. And
someone asked about from Tony.
Yep.
Ooh, can't wait.
We will be doing from, as always. We'll have the cast members on here. In fact, I gotta hit up Liz. Let me hit Liz up on Instagram and see if she wants to jump on. Maybe we'll do a from thing real soon and stuff and get her on here and just see how it's going.
We didn't even interview her last time. It was 2 different people that were interviewing her last time. Like it was Halloween.
Get her last time.
No, it was a Halloween episode. You and I weren't actually there.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't us. It was Pete. It was T Diddy. I dressed up like T Diddy.
Yeah, I forget who I was. Now I was some.
We'll get her on. We'll get her on. We'll get her husband on again too. And we'll talk to her about how things are going on the set and everything. I'll hit her up this week and see how she's doing and everything else and all that good stuff. Melanie from Media Melanie, tell me, what do you have going on in your channel so the people know that they should be subscribed?
Well, I am finishing up The Summer I Turned Pretty for all my Team Conrad people out there. I'm going to do Only Murders in the Building. The Paper, the spinoff of The Office. I'm going to drop a full season review of that next week. And Welcome to Derry. I'm excited for that. The Talamasca. So I'm gonna, hit the dark shows during spooky season.
Ooh, we got. Should we take one last call, Tony?
One for the road.
Okay, I'm sorry I didn't hit mute. mute. And area code 863. You got the final call tonight. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? What's going on, man? Let me switch this up.
No worries.
Yeah, so I just want to say, man, one of the best things I've liked about this year, man, dude, like, even all of our theories that, even as close as some of us has been, we've all been wrong about something.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of great to see that.
No, totally, my friend. And I'm only cutting you off early because we're wrapping it up, but that was a great point, and it's so true. Like,
yeah, I've been right, but I've been wrong a lot.
Yeah. It's almost better being wrong sometimes, I think, because the show is doing its job, right? Keeping us guessing and keeping on our toes.
100%. 100%. I've said it many times. I'd rather be wrong than right when it comes down to it, because it's something. If I can predict it and everything else, and you've given your hand away a little bit too easily. So I'm glad it has gone the way it has gone and everything else. And Mel, you got to come back. We would love to have you back. If you want to come back for the season finale next week, we would love to have you here. You can come chill with us if you're not busy. Shouldn't ask people that online. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. I'm working though. I've got to work. I stage manage for the Padres and San Diego soccer team. So I'm working for the San Diego Wave next week. So I can't, but I'll try to be in the comments. And I just appreciate you guys having me on. So seriously, thank you so much.
I might also be covering Only Murders in the Building, so I'll connect with you and maybe we can do a crossover at some point in time.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I talked about the first and the second. Great show. And one thing that to say special about that show is it's one of the few shows that actually has a 1-year turnaround. Sometimes even like they turn around seasons really quick, which is very good. And
so fast.
It's amazing. I know most of it's like a live stage show in some ways that they're putting on, but still they kind of produce TV in the old way where they make sure that they produce it in a rapid fashion. And I wish more shows would follow that sometimes.
Like The Pit. The Pit's coming back in 1 year. And that show, first of all, was fucking amazing. And second of all, it shows that we can do it. We don't have to be Severance and wait 3 years between every single season. So we know it can be done,
It can be done.
100%. And yes, Miss Oman, Rome is the greatest. It could be the greatest. In fact, if you look at Game of Thrones, George R. R. Martin, when they went to him, Dan and Dave, and said we want to do it on HBO, George R. R. Martin's response was, "Oh, they did Rome, so they can do Game of Thrones," and that's the reason why he signed on, because he's seen Rome. Rome was amazing. That cast is amazing, maybe the greatest cast put together on the television. We're gonna talk about all this. We're gonna have Melanie back. We're gonna go through the tier list of first season, greatest seasons of all time, and we'll see what it is and everything else. Because I am a son of Hades, and that is what it is. Thank you, Melanie, for rocking with us as always. Phil, you know how I do, my brother. I love you and everything. Thank you with that. Thank you for all y'all in the chat. And if you like the way to do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is.